Welcome back to the Six City Marketing Podcast. My name is Rachel Calvis, and today I am here with Six City Marketing's inside sales representative, Kailee Terrance, to continue our employee internal interview process. I'm just going to hop right into it, Kailee, and ask, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. It is a rainy day in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes, and we were just talking off camera about how it felt like Monday and not a Wednesday, which is
Yeah, but
absolutely
also,
crazy.
yes, also has that Thursday feel too, which is kind of random.
Yeah, no, but we're reporting to you live from a Wednesday today. Like I said earlier, we do our internal employee interviews just to kind of give our audience members a sense of who we are as individuals at Six City Marketing, in a digital marketing sense, but also as individuals with extracurriculars, interests, things like that. So I'm just going to hop right into it and say, Kailee, as our only inside sales representative at Six City Marketing, I did want
Mhm.
to ask you, what's your favorite part about communicating with potential clients?
Yeah, I never really saw myself in sales, but everyone that I've ever worked with said you should really get into sales. I'm a major extrovert, so talking to new people every day is, really nothing new for me, but my favorite part has to be able to, helping people on a day-to-day basis. There's nothing, more satisfying than finding a solution to someone's problem and being able to help them along the way. So I would say that's my, favorite part about communicating with new clients because they're always looking for help. And, I think we can always help them with, anything, whether it's digital marketing or just strategy on the, marketing side as a whole.
Right. And then when it comes to inside sales, um, being an inside sales representative, more or less, you get a bunch of different clients from a different bunch of different industries just in
Right.
general. Just a quick question, I guess. Is there like a specific industry that you enjoy working with the most out of the ones that you see?
Yeah. There hasn't been one like an industry that sticks out, but I really do find the fun clients we have the dog breeding company or like Pet Palace.
Right.
I wasn't here when we first onboarded them, but those fun clients that kind of reach out and they're not just so average with, their day-to-day responsibilities. I think that those are the most fun to just kind of deep dive into their business structure and their marketing aspects. But yeah, I mean, I
Abs
like all of them.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, especially with the different industries that we work with at Six City Marketing, even from one industry to another, more or less. It's just thinking outside of the box when it comes to new strategies, whether that's
Right.
manufacturing or even, like you said earlier, dog breeding, which is awesome. And I
Yeah.
know you said earlier as well that you didn't see yourself getting into sales in
Yes.
general, which I know that you graduated with a degree from Kent State University in hospitality management, which I think
Mhm.
is a wonderful degree to have, especially
Yeah.
when working in sales. So I thought I'd ask you, is there anything that you learned from your hospitality management studies that you carry over into a job in inside sales?
Yeah, I would say, hospitality management is so customer service based
Mhm.
because most people within, that degree are going to work in hotels,
Right,
resorts, casinos. So, you're working with people on a day-to-day basis, and trying to kind of fulfill their experience.
right.
So a lot of what I learned kind of helps me with working with people. It definitely transfers over. But I
Hmm.
think Penn State, set us up for success. Even if I'm not in my direct field, I had a lot of experience, working with individuals and having, well-rounded classes. But a fun fact, maybe not so fun, but I my minor was in marketing. So I've always
Hmm.
been interested in marketing. I just never really got into it right off the bat in college. And then I decided, okay, this is something that I'm interested in. So I'm going to add on some classes and workload around it. But yeah,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no. As a fellow marketing minor over
yeah.
here, it's definitely fun to have a major that is a little bit niche, I guess is a good way to put it. Like you
Yeah.
don't hear a lot of people um majoring in hospitality management, but with that marketing minor, it really does open the possibilities for you to
Right.
get yourself into different positions and be able to kind of answer the call to questions or inquiries that industries might have.
Yeah.
So that's
No, I
also
think
super interesting.
for sure. And with my hospitality management, there was a lot of classes that I probably wouldn't have been able to take if I was just in a business, major or minor.
Right.
Um, one being a casino class where we went to Las Vegas with our whole class and we were going in like the penthouses and, all of those like, you know, executive suites of where Obama's staying. So it was just crazy.
Did you stay there or did you just visit?
Well, okay, so we stayed at the Flamingo in Las Vegas, and
Okay.
then we ended up like our class schedule was to go to these like high-end resorts or like hotels and then see like their back end of, the executive suites and stuff. So one of the hotels, I forget which one it was, but they were like, "Oh yeah, Lady Gaga just stayed here." And we're like, "Oh my gosh." Lady Gaga? I know
Well,
her.
with a degree in hospitality management, like being like in a Vegas like resort like that just
Yeah,
seems
that was
like the
crazy.
goal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long did you
Yeah.
go for?
It was a week. It was the week before spring break. So then we had another week of travel. It's a long 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
no, it was fun.
Too stressful, you know? Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Well, that's awesome. Anyone interested in casino hospitality should go to Kent
Yes.
State, I guess,
Right. No,
right?
they definitely should.
Well, that's awesome. And I know I stated earlier, just kind of segueing a little bit, you minored in marketing, I minored in
Mhm.
marketing.
Yeah.
Another thing that Kaylee and I also have in common is the fact that we are both what's the right word for it? Cleveland transplants? Yeah,
Yeah.
Cleveland
Yeah.
transplants. So, like I said, like myself, you also moved to Cleveland to start your career. What has been your favorite part of moving to Cleveland? What do you miss most about Buffalo, New York, which is where Kaylee's from? And I guess I to start it off, how long have you been living in Cleveland?
I think it's been 4 years. So it's been quite a bit. But since I went to Kent, I was kind of familiar with the Cleveland area.
Right.
But I wasn't obviously living downtown by any means, or in the Lakewood area. So
Mm-hmm.
after college, I actually moved home to Buffalo for a year and then moved back to Cleveland like 10 months later, which my parents were not so thrilled about since they had just packed up all my stuff and moved me. And then they had to do it again. But yeah, no, I think I think Cleveland is so fun. I think it's just like a bigger Buffalo. And, going to school here, there was a lot of um, you know, kids or, students that I knew from the Kent area that like also went to Cleveland after graduation. So a lot of
Right.
faces around the area.
Right. And what brought you back to Cleveland? I guess is a good way to ask.
Yeah. So honestly, it was a lot of my hometown friends had stayed in their college towns, and I was like, "Oh, is that what we're doing?" So I was like, "All right, I gotta move back to Cleveland." Yeah.
But now that you're in Cleveland, is there anything that stands out that you're like, I could get used to blank, right?
Yeah, I would say there's a lot more sporting events
Mm-hmm.
in Cleveland just because, in Buffalo we don't have basketball or baseball,
Mm-hmm.
major leagues by any means. But so my first MLB game was in Cleveland and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool."
That's so fun.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that there's just like certain social aspects that I like about Cleveland that are maybe different from Buffalo.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Yeah. And is there anything that sticks out that you're like, I miss Buffalo because of blank?
Yeah, so I definitely miss the food, and I'm sure if you talk to anyone from Buffalo, they'll say that. So we're kind of biased. And of course my family, but they do travel here often. I would say like I try to go home once a month.
Hmm.
If not, they come to visit me. It's only a 3-hour drive, so it's not
That
terrible.
That's also really nice, actually. Just like
Yeah.
a short commute, more or less, even though 3 hours doesn't seem like a lot, it could be a lot different, right? So,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Throw on the Six City Marketing Podcast and you're halfway there.
No, but what I was gonna ask as well, speaking of Buffalo, is it true that they just call buffalo wings wings in Buffalo?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm ever like, hey mom, do you want to go for buffalo wings? We're just like just going for wings. And we also just say like chicken wing dip. I don't know, not buffalo chicken wing dip. Maybe that's just me.
Like buffalo chicken dip?
Yeah, or buffalo chicken dip. Yeah. I just say like chicken wing dip, I think.
That's crazy.
Now that I'm saying it out loud, it doesn't sound right.
You're like, now that I'm saying it out loud, it just does not sound
This doesn't sound right.
it doesn't sound correct to me,
Yeah.
but you heard it here first, honestly. But no, honestly, with moving to Cleveland, especially, I mean, I can relate as well from moving from Atlanta, just in general. It's a new opportunity, but Cleveland brings a lot to the table when it comes to
Yeah.
said you, like you said, sporting events. The food here is wonderful,
Yeah.
and obviously the culture of our
Hmm.
job and the friends you make while
Yeah,
you're here as well. It's been a wonderful experience.
definitely.
Absolutely. And then I thought I would ask, kind of segueing a little bit back to our fun company culture,
Mhm.
right? At Six City Marketing, just for context for anyone that doesn't know, we hand out a lot of trophies for a variety of company related competitions. Whether that is our golf outings, we have a Halloween costume contest every year. We've played this extreme form of water pong during Groundhog Day. And I know there's been talk around the office that you haven't received your first trophy at Six City Marketing yet.
Yes, it's a touchy subject.
And I just wanted to ask you, given the opportunity to obtain your first trophy at Six City Marketing,
Yeah.
what trophy do you think you have the most potential to win and why?
Hmm. So I thought I had it in the bag with the costume contest because I came dressed as one of the members of Kiss and painted my face and I thought, okay, this is gonna be perfect. And then, Allie, one of the other employees came as the Grinch with like a prosthetic nose. So, you can't top that.
Not really.
So I would say anything, maybe some like sports outing, something where I can really, show my competitive side. I feel like I have a good shot of winning, but if
Right.
it's like something creative, I don't know. I'm maybe next year for the Halloween costume.
Right.
But I did bring my own trophy in. A Dundee award from the show The Office that my dad got me for Christmas one year. So I do have something shiny on my desk.
That is honestly all you need until we
Yeah.
can find a good replacement. I know a lot of our sporting events are like we do golf, right?
Mhm.
Golf, I feel like golf and bowling are like our biggest sporting events of
Right.
the year, which I mean, I don't know about you, but bowling was an absolute flop for me this year. It was not great.
Yeah, it wasn't amazing, but I play a lot of Wii bowling, so it just in real life it's not the same, you know?
Yeah, honestly, it's not the same when you can zoom in and like
Yeah.
pitch it to the side and then throw the right hook with
Yeah.
it, and then it makes it a lot better, basically. So,
Yeah.
no,
Have
yeah,
to practice.
like I said, there's plenty of opportunities to get your first trophy at Six City Marketing. Some of us get them quicker than others, but
Yes.
your moment will come, I promise you.
I'm just waiting. I have a spot on my desk waiting for, a trophy.
Yeah,
So,
next to your action figure.
yeah, next to my Undertaker WWE action figure.
That's amazing. And I guess to wrap up our interview for today, I wanted to ask you what's the best thing about working at Six City Marketing? Like I said, we're keeping on that topic of just the cultural work aspects of the job. So, This could either be company culture, how we navigate in the office, what we do for our company events, stuff like that, or what you've learned about the digital marketing industry in general. Like you said earlier, I mean, having a degree in hospitality management, I don't
Yeah.
think has prepared you as much for a world of digital marketing and SEO. So I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit to see what has been your favorite.
Yeah, so I've honestly learned so much in the 6 months of working here, and it's been, one of the best experiences ever. I love the culture here. It feels so homey, and you're able to kind of connect with your coworkers on, like a social level, but also, personally and just, about digital marketing, I guess. I also think, John is one of, the best managers or bosses that I've had because he really helps you understand the job.
Uh-huh.
But he not only does that, but like, he's also really fun and gets to know you on a personal level as well. And I do,
Hmm.
kind of brag to all of my friends about my job and how fun it is going to the office, which I feel like not a lot of people can say.
Hmm.
Um, but we are rewarded when going into the office. I feel like John will, throw us a bone with some crumble cookies or
Absolutely.
Annie Ann's, which have been the top favorites of 2024 so far. So crumble cookies or Annie Ann's, if you're listening, feel free to throw us a sponsorship. We
Yeah.
love you guys.
We already have such a really, really nice sponsorship from
Yeah.
none other than Margie's Meatloaf Mecca, who specializes in extra dry and palpable meatloaf as well as delicious strawberry milk to wash it down. So, like
Yes.
I said, or like Kaylee said, I guess, crumble cookies, Annie Ann's, if you're listening, we are
Throw
good
us
to
a
talk.
cookie.
We have the inside sales rep on our call right now. She's willing to work with you every
Yes.
step of the way to get that wonderful, wonderful sponsorship.
Just a collab. Maybe we could collab.
Yeah, true. They do have press kits on their website. So, I mean, we
Ooh.
could we could inquire if need be. Like we take some good photos in the office if they need some quality marketing content, right? So,
Yeah.
no, but I completely agree with you. Company culture wise, especially having like a hybrid position nowadays
Mhm.
is I don't want to say that it's not the norm, right? Because I definitely think it is, but like you see less and less people nowadays coming into the office. So
Yeah,
obviously having these incentives of a enriching yet rewarding office environment has been huge, right? So
definitely.
plus
Yeah.
having some breaks in the middle of the day is great too. So
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. I know this is all this talk's making me hungry, but I do think it's rewarding to kind of come in and be able to, see the different people that I'm working with. And since everyone's kind of on their own weekly schedule, it's always
Mhm.
a different office environment, which I think is super nice.
Absolutely. Yeah. And to kind of segue back to like the your favorite aspects of the job itself. Like I said earlier, digital marketing is kind of a new facet that you've been
Yeah.
exposed to since working in inside sales. And I just wanted to know, SEO, PPC, website design, what kind of like is your favorite to kind of talk about, to pitch about, to discuss with potential clients?
Yeah, I would say SEO just because I think I have the, most I would say, or best understanding of it.
Right.
PPC is probably a second, and then website design, don't even get me started. There's just little tips and tricks that I just need to learn when it comes to website design. And I think
Hmm.
anyone who's not familiar with designing a website is, there's just little things you have to kind of learn. But
Right.
I would say SEO is super interesting to me. And every time I talk about my job, I'm like, just trying to kind of educate people on what we do. And they're like, wait, people are looking for that? I'm like,
Uh-huh. No, that's my favorite thing as well. It's like trying to explain the concept of SEO to
yeah,
people that don't even know SEO is a thing,
no,
right? And I don't know about you and your marketing courses back in college, but when I was in college, they did not really elaborate on SEO as much
no.
just because it's an ever-changing industry, right? So a lot of my first glimpses of SEO were coming to Six City Marketing and also getting that additional training. So it's been a really rewarding experience to say the least.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think we've touched upon SEO in any of my classes, but
No.
I mean, it's hard to teach, students about this when every year it's kind of evolving. So, um,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially with rollouts from Google and like
mhm,
content changes and just kind of finding different approaches to give our clients exactly what they're looking for,
right.
right? So, well, just to wrap things up a little bit, kind of going forward, is there anything else that you want to include at the end of our interview today?
I don't think so. I want to just, shout out you. I'm, so grateful that I've met you through my journey at Six City Marketing and thanks for having me on the podcast.
Absolutely. Like I said at the beginning as well, this is for our audience members to get a better understanding of who we are, both from a professional development standpoint, but as well as individuals in the industry, whether we're clearing room on our desks for Dundies or we're segueing from a hospitality management position to a ever-changing world of digital marketing. And
Mhm.
same to you as well. It's been a pleasure to be your coworker. It's been a pleasure to be your friend. And thank you guys all for listening today. We appreciate you taking the time to kind of get to know us a little bit better. And we look forward to seeing you on the next one.
See you guys.